Hello guys, how you all doing? Listen, a quick update video for you guys after what's been quite an interesting evening, I suppose we can say. We've clearly had a very nasty bear market develop. As you guys know, I told you guys back on the 30th of December here, it's over, it's time to sell. Listen to this few words. I think the next stage is the actual bear market, unfortunately. So if you want to watch that video, I'll link it at the end of this video. But just to let you know what I've noticed here, we could be repeating a bottom pattern, at least a very short-term bottom pattern, because it's very hard to predict anything in this market with Trump just doing whatever he pleases on any given day. But I have noticed an interesting pattern which I want to share with you guys, and it is the pattern from back in June of 2022, when the ETH market bottomed at around $1,000 US. And this was the situation here. As you guys can see, it was a very short excursion below 1,000, and possibly we're going to have a very short excursion below 2,000. That's why I'm placing some pretty big longs right now, because the risk to the downside is fairly small, although it's not as small as I possibly would have liked. It's kind of hard to see here, so it's about a 7.5% risk to the downside. So obviously if we breach this, it's very likely we're going to go lower. We might breach it, but probably not just yet, because guys know what markets do. Generally, the best days come immediately after the worst days. And we know yesterday was one of the worst days in recent history. The S&P lost nearly 2.7%, although it did make a little bit of a comeback at the end of the session. So it went much worse than before. So we've already had a bit of a comeback here, but we possibly could have another little bit of a comeback today, unless Donald Trump comes with another crazy scheme. But in terms of the ETH market, we've had a bit of a comeback as well already. So this would have been the perfect time to get in, but it was middle of the night and I didn't have a time to babysit the position all night. That's why I didn't take it. But right now, I think we could possibly, if we do see a repeat of the bottom from 2019, we could look at a pretty nice profit of roughly, let's say, 20%. All right. If we do see a 20% pump right now, we are going to be looking at roughly from here, 20%. Take us about to 2,300. So why the heck not? Okay, so the local top here, we could see a repeat of that. I can definitely see that happening. So I'm taking a few long trades between 5 and 10x leverage. If you do that on top of 20%, that could be very beautiful. At the very least, we should retest the 2,000 and then possibly get rejected. So that's still a pretty nice, about 4.5%. So it is a good place to take a trade, even though if we go this little bit of upside to this downside, that's not obviously ideal, but you guys can put stop losses earlier than that. But you guys know if you put a stop loss too close, you're just going to get stopped out. But anyway, this is what I want to say. So how did I predicted the bottom at here, 1765. I said it was going to be, it came down to 1752. So very close together. I took a screenshot last night as I was making the prediction. I see my prediction was 1765, based essentially on the fractal pattern of this. I measured this move here. I took the beginning, the bottom, the end, and this is what I got, about 12%, about 1180%. So I took that, measured it here, 1172, and I got 1765, and the market actually bottomed, as you guys can see here, at 1758-ish, right? So I got within like a few percentage points of the actual bottom. So these things do work. The patterns do constantly repeat themselves. So I just want to let you guys know this could possibly even be the bottom. We could just go up back on top of 2000 and consolidate around 2000 for quite a while. We did see that pattern happen here back in the summer of 2022. We got a nice little pump. Then we came back in June, at the end of June. So that was mid-June. So quite soon we came back, and then we came back again in July, in the middle of July. So about a month. The consolidation was about a month long. So we could look at that right now. And then we could start to climb slowly out of it. So it could be a long climb because we have a lot of bad news on a daily basis. The markets are really in a bit of a shock state right now. But usually these are the best times to get in, to be honest with you guys. So I just want to let you guys know I see another fractal repeating itself quite beautifully, and it is a good opportunity to go long. It's definitely a good opportunity to stack your longs for the next bull market, which you could, let's call it a bull not a bull market. I would just call it a bull cycle, because you guys see these cycles have become shorter and not as volatile, so they're going to be happening more frequently. And usually the next bullish catalyst that I see is the legislation coming out in the US, which should be favorable to crypto, and that should happen around August from what I heard. And that's about a perfect time to also go on another bull run. Let's call it that way. So guys, this is what I predict. Consolidation for about a month. Take advantage of it. Accumulate here. I'd say between 2,000, roughly 2,000 and 1,500 is a good time to accumulate for the next bull run, which could take us back to 4, almost certainly, possibly even higher than that. We're also going to have the Spectra update happen in the meantime, so that uncertainty is going to be out of the way. So a lot of good things are going to happen in the future. Just we got to get through this this bearish or uncertain phase with the tariffs. But Trump keeps bringing tariffs on and off and on and off. So it's going to be hard for the world to take him seriously for much longer. And the world's going to adjust, and this crisis is going to be over, and this opportunity is going to be over. So you guys need to play your cards when the time is right. Alright, thanks for watching. If you liked it, drop a like, drop a sub. Don't forget to watch the video when I predicted the top of the bull run, and I will see you again in my next video.